Today is Thursday, April 13th, 2023. And market kind of ripped a little bit. Um, but, you know, apologies for being a little bit late today. My eyes are very uncomfortable. All right, let's go ahead and here and let's jump up into the charts. All right, so I actually broke around 41.29. So this is yesterday. 41.77, still the high this week. There we go. There's the last 5 days. So we had 41.77, and then we had the FOMC meeting, and a lot of drop off of that. And we've kind of come back for the most part. Came back pretty much all the way. Now we're just kind of riding the upper bends of the View app right now. Enjoying the bid right there. The idea is a bounce off the 9 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart. Going for 6 ticks off of 41.40 and a quarter. Jump out to a 3-minute chart. Just kind of cooling off. Because that does have the cool off there, I'm gonna reduce my sell order. Just down to like 2 ticks. Might get a little bounce, but because of the sell off, I'm gonna try to get out of it. The sell off that I'm seeing really in the 3-minute candles. Did tap my sell order, but never filled. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut that. Did tap our sell order a couple of times. I think originally we had too much of a spread. We were going for a little too much. So I marketed out of this some time ago, but it hasn't filled yet. There we go. All right, loss of 112.50 on that. TTM kind of stacking on the downside. We're pulling down to the EMA 50. This usually acts as a pretty good support level. A lot of times you can get a bounce off this. Sometimes there's also the opportunity to get a bounce off the 35 as well. Zoom in a little too much. Shoot. Okay, there's the bounce off that off the 50 I mentioned. I'm gonna wait for a red to yellow move here, or potentially take it right here off of this 41.41 level. All right, in at 41.75. Look for a 3-tick move that put us back to break even. There's a flash of yellow there. So what I think is going to happen is I think that we are going to kind of hang out in this area, bounce, and then I think that we'll get it back above 45 and then test the separate bands again. We were flashing yellow earlier in the candle, but we've since pulled back. Still looks like a positive trade at the moment. I don't want to cut it yet, but it is pulling back some. My eyes are so allergic. Springtime, man. Alright, it's a bit too much of a pullback. It's a bit better. Alright, it's pulling back way too much. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right there. I'm trying to take my time today. You wouldn't know it, but down 412.50. I'm gonna wait till I get into the swing of things before trade in the evaluation. What up, Juan? What up, Tiny? I haven't seen you here in a while, Pawn. Good to see you. Screen check on the printer. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking a little bit on the short side as well. If it breaks below this 50, I'll be looking more at short. There's a flash of yellow there, but I'm not gonna jump at it. I think that today is a different trading day than yesterday. I think you're right on 39, by the way. .7 to 3.0. We're doing okay in the evaluation, by the way. We're on our third day. Our first day we made $100. Our second day we lost 817. But then our yesterday we made back 226. So we're down about $500 on the day. Or $500 in the account. But we are going slow and it feels okay. I mean, we're gonna shop with 3D printer. That's awesome, man. Like, my son's so into 3D printers, man. Like he wants to upgrade his 3D printer like he does a car. He's like, you can get these filament things that'll make it go faster. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Because the way I hear him talk about it is like, it's almost identical to the way that I used to talk about cars. 3.1 to 3.1. So flashy yellow. We'll wait for the close of the yellow candle if this is a long. We're going to wait for the close of that. This could just very easily reject off the 9 EMA and then become short. I mean, this has been ripping for a while, and looking at it like that, I mean, like if you look from here to here, it's almost like an extended head and shoulders. So this dropping down is not out of the question. I feel like it's more inclined to stay here where it's at, but you know, it's not completely out of the question. All right, we got another yellow. This one looks a little bit more solid than the last one. So we went from 3-1-3-1 to 2-8. So this looks a lot more solid now. Time left in this candle is about 10 seconds. And now we're going all the way down to 3.0. I gotta see the next candle open on yellow. I think it will. There it is. 2.7. All right, doing the bid here. Kind of missing the entry. I'm gonna put my seller just high. Okay, we're in at 41 on that wick. 3.0, 2.6. There we go. We got that trade. We're still down 300 on the day. Like I said, I'm gonna wait till we get into the swing of things before we trade in the evaluation. But it is nice to start getting some positive trades. 3.0, 2.4. I think we have pullback potential to 41.50. I don't know about that anymore. It's the volatility on that. Volume is a little light. Like volume is like not even like 2,000 contracts, which means somebody could drop a bunch of volume all at once. All right, we're in long on that doji at 42.50. And I'm looking for a move up to like 43.25. The red to yellow is playing out quite nicely from 3.0 to 2.35 to 1.92. So if we pull back on this candle, that's okay. I'd like to actually see, like, if it does pull back, just to pull back in the next candle is that 1 minute candle, make a new high. And that should look pretty decent for us. There we go. Got that trade. It is a 1 minute candle, make a new high. So now we can look at more of like a swing. I'm gonna put this at I think 6.6 is a little more reasonable given the movement. The range of the candles seems kind of low. All right, we're in at 44 and I'm looking to get out at 45.50. So we're gonna need to see a break over 45. 1.8 to 1.5 on TTM. That's a pretty large pullback. Okay, well, we do have TTM on yellow. We've got 9 above 12. We've got the approach of a 12 and 26 crossover, and the 35 still riding above 50. So it is looking pretty good for an upward move. And I think 43.50 is a pretty decent entry for this move that I think is about to happen. Just checking in, Charles. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. We have a pretty decent amount of people here. So we're pulling up just to our cost basis at the moment. Slightly green. There's about 5 seconds left in this candle. If this one dojis, then we may get a pullback, but I think that we're really just setting up right here for a flag. We are almost on a cyan switch. 9's above 12. We're getting a 12.26 crossover at the current moment. think a break over 45 is going to look really nice. If that happens, I think we'll run towards the upper band of the VWAP. Upper band being all the way up here around 48. It kind of has its own little cup and handle vibe going on here. We almost have a cyan switch. Very close to it. This could fail at this particular point because this is a flag. And a lot of times when I look at flags, I don't see them as bullish or bearish, although this is more of a bearish shape or bullish shape. Excuse me. But my philosophy is flags often just indicate that a momentous move is inbound, because I've seen plenty of times where we have bear flags and bull flags, and I've seen on bull flags that it charge down, and I've seen on bear flags to charge up. So see it in both directions. So I just look at flags as being a momentum move with a higher likelihood towards a particular direction. Just up slightly in this trade. This trade here, or this candle here, actually came up and wicked out at the our sell order, but never filled. Second chart's kind of cooling off slightly. We've been successfully using the 20-second chart to trade these 5,200 crossovers, and they've been really accurate. You don't get that many, but they are really, really accurate. I'm gonna start off with the micro. I feel like that's more my speed today with this. Three contracts, 3 ticks, one on the micro, and trailing max is at 1867. Just joining the bid right there. Filled. 3 contracts. Looking to get out at 45. I'm on 3 contracts of the micro. Trading on the 1-minute chart at the moment. Very close. We're 1 tick away. Tap 45 and slightly rejected there. TTM going from 1.2 to 1.8. So I think this has pretty good potential. Pulling back to 43.50. I'm actually like, that literally tapped it. Just no fill. That's a bit miffy. Drop it down to 44.75, I guess, for the exit. Down $30 in this though. That's well past my risk reward ratio. This doesn't look good on the 20-second chart. I'm gonna actually cut this. Yeah, I'm out.
Order filled.
Loss of $45 is way too much of a loss on that. Glad I dropped it though. I'm gonna close the ES stuff right now. I can always reopen it, but I don't want to accidentally trade the ES. I'll leave the DOM there. Going back to 41. We're still in this trade. Hold down a lot. What up, crypto? Trailing max right now is at 1823. Gonna stick with the micro today. I feels like more right. Trying to join the bid at 42. I feel like slightly late on everything today. Trying to grab that.
Order filled.
We got in. Obviously, we got in towards the upper part of the move. I was trying to get in through this whole part of the move here, but it just wasn't working out that way. But I do still think that we have the op here for this to push right back up.
Order filled.
All right, we did get that. We still got a little bit of ground to make up. This looks like the actual test of 45.
Order filled.
In long at 45.25. And I'm in 5 contracts of the micro. We're in kind of a larger size. I'm looking for a move at 46. The high is 47. I'm trading this on the 20-second chart right now using the TTM, as well as the 9 above 12 and the 1226 crossover with the 35 crossover as well. I want to see this 35 actually cross above this 26. I think that would give us a little bit just stronger sensation of an upward move. We're back in profit on this, or back at break even, I should say. Doji at the top. This is why I typically don't buy at resistance levels. I'm gonna just put this up a single tick and just hope to get out with a little bit of profit. Mainly because it's struggled here too many times. But we have hit the 45.50 a couple of times.
Order filled.
There we go. There's the little tiny little micro profit, but it's something. Yeah, good to see you, man. What, dude? You mean that's what you? I was looking at the paint, dude. Fix up. Put this up on the screen. I was looking at the paint. This is inside our Discord community. But check out this thing. So you 3D printed this? That's awesome, dude. I legit was looking at all the paint. That's dope, dude. I like that. This trading pattern is killing me. Go up or go down already. Yeah, it is. It did start to get sideways. It finally did break above. That's kind of annoying because, I mean, how long did I have that thing chilling there? Very sideways day, though, at least in this area. But like I said earlier in the stream, it almost feels like it was going towards like a head and shoulders pattern. I mean, the channel looks pretty familiar right there. We might look at going short here in a moment. One thing to know, so on the 20-second chart, this has been really accurate, is the 50 and the 200 cross on the 20-second chart. It's been incredibly accurate. And so if this 200 moving average crosses above this 50 EMA, we may look at going short. Also, the 9 is dipping below the 12 here. So I think I'm going to look at going short right here.
Order filled.
We're in short at 43.75 and look for a drop down to 43. Filled. There it is. So that made back a pretty decent amount because we did 5 contracts short on the mini, or the micro, sorry, not the mini. And right now we're just playing on the 20-second chart. I'm just following the TTM, and as well as the 9 and 12 moving averages. Very accurate on this chart. We'll pop right here. I think that we might reject though off this 9 exponential. I'm not going to take the trade because it does feel kind of like a riskier trade, but I do think that we're going to drop here off that. I think we're going to reject off that. Totally wrong. Dead wrong. Like ridiculously wrong. Just riffs on it. At least we got a nice short on that though. Where is TOS? There we go. I kind of like running TOS at the same time as running my evaluation, and I think it's because I can keep up like a different view or a different perspective of the chart, if you will. That I feel like I've tried a lot of different trading softwares, and TOS just has chart information that just seems very straightforward to me. For some reason, I can process the information very quickly on it. So the 200 moving average is approaching a crossover of the VWAP on the 1 minute side. That has merit because we've noticed a lot of the time. So we've been measuring this since the beginning of the year, and a lot of the time, wherever the 200 moving average is, if it's above the VWAP or below the VWAP, chooses a lot of the sentiment. So if it's above the VWAP, a lot of times the sentiment becomes more bearish, and if it's below the VWAP, the sentiment becomes more bullish. And it's been pretty fascinating. Just actually how accurate it's been. It's kind of interesting. So we're kind of struggling there around 44.50, which makes sense because 45 has been a very strong resistance zone. I might wait for that 5,200 cross. I think it's going to be probably a few minutes though for that. We're only down $21 today in the evaluation, so not bad. There's no move here for me yet. The TTM on the 1 minute side on TOS is cooling off. I think we're leaning more towards cooling down and some downward trends. Honestly, we may push back up here one more time though. And really, I'm just watching this TTM for that. Yeah, you can trade futures on TOS, but my TOS is a simulator, just so you know. You can actually trade futures, forex. You can trade stocks on TOS. You can trade a lot of stuff on TOS. They even have a Bitcoin futures thing. I don't really know how robust trading their crypto aspect of things is. It's not the same. I don't really know even how you fund it. But they do have crypto information inside of Thinkorswim. Popping back up to 45 and rejecting off of that. 9 is above the 12 on the 20-second chart. As I mentioned, this usually pretty accurate, but it would have been accurate right at the crossover. Right now we're approaching a 12.26 crossover, as well as the science switch. I guess if we get those, I might take another long. No crossover yet. Don't let that's happening. To me, it looks more likely the 50 is going to cross the 200. 200's at 42.88, while the 50 is at 43.76. So they're less than $1 apart. That doesn't mean that this can't surge, because I have seen that. But the higher likelihood scenario is that the 50 and the 200 actually cross, and then we get a downward drop. Because to me, it somewhat still looks like we're on that head and shoulders. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know what other people's opinions is on this, but it looks to me like that's more the scenario. Plus, the 200 is about to cross the VWAP on that side as well. On the 1 minute side, that is. $200 now at 42.50. This is looking like more and more of a short to me. Nice below 12. 35 is still above 50, but looking to cross over on the 50 for the downside. I'm so tempted to just short right now for a rejection on the 200 moving average. I'm going to hold off and wait for confirmation on my moving averages though before I do that. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. It really does help. What it actually does, it makes a pretty good difference. What it actually does is that when we get engagement like that, it tells YouTube that, hey, there's actually something going on here, and it suggests this content to more people. And in doing so, it exposes the channel and the channel grows. This so much looks like a short to me, but I'm still not going to take it until I get that confirmation. Because there's always a chance, and to me, I actually think it has a decent chance of this completely rejecting this drop and then ripping up. So there is a decent chance of that. I think the higher likely scenario is the drop, but I think it has the capability of going both directions right now. By the way, if y'all are curious, I'm looking to earn funding in a prop firm. Right now, the one I'm actually trading in is Apex, which I can actually pull up here. The one I'm currently trading in right now is Apex Traded Funding. These guys are pretty good in terms of their overall, like what they offer. But Elite Trader Funding right now is also another one that I'm earning funding in later in the month. And these guys are currently running a 50% off sale right now till April 14th. I really like these guys' customer service. That's one of the things I really enjoy about these guys. So you can grab any plan that you see here with the exception of the fast track evaluations and actually get 50% off right now between now and the end of Friday. The most popular plan that people pick up is the 10K, but actually if you look at the 25K, it's a little bit more, but you do get a larger drawdown, but you only have to make $250 more. So you get a $500 more drawdown with only a profit target of only 250 difference, and you get access to three mini contracts and 30 micros. So you do actually get, in my opinion, you get a little bit more here, and a little bit more opportunity to grow your account quickly with the 25K. So personally, I'm working on the 50K. And then when my WeBull happens, I'm working on the 100K static evaluation later in the month as well. Right now, this one is Apex, because we already have that going on. So very close in the 5200 cross. We should have that information in probably about another 20 to 30 seconds. It's going to be the 30 seconds. 42.97 on the 200 and 43.14 on the 50. I think there's very little question that this won't drop. I'm going to see if I can short off of 42, but I might just have to get in where I fit in. I have a standing short order at 42.
Order filled.
So it did fill. It looks like it might pop here a little bit. Gonna exit.
Order filled.
Exited me at the same price. That means I just paid fees, $5 in fees for no reason. Tried to exit it when it was below it, but It still worked out. There's a 5200 cross on the downside. What I don't like is the competing information on the TTM. But if I look at the 1 minute chart, the information is not really competing. The 20-second chart though tells a little bit of a different story. And the 1 minute side could easily go from red to yellow, and in doing so, pop right back up. $200 moving average though, getting above the volume weighted average price on the 1 minute. Currently down 26.84 in the evaluation. Getting above the 200 moving average on the 20-second chart and ripping up pretty, like, kind of a lot. Like, kind of a surprising amount. Our top up there was 46, so I don't know if I would really be looking to go long off 45 or anything like that. At least not yet. But I've been wrong several times today, so I think a little bit, like, wrong a little bit more than normal. Are they per month? Yes, they are. The prices are locked in. So if you take advantage of the discount, say the 50% off, you will get that 50% off forever until you cancel the account or you pass the evaluation. At any prop firm, once you pass the evaluation, then typically it goes to around $80 per month. And then after that, like, you're just trading in a funded account, and you're essentially paying $80 a month for your software and access to the equity, which is awesome. In my own personal opinion, it's the least riskiest way to develop a day trading account of any kind. And the reason why is because my beard is glorious. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. The reason why it is one of the lowest risks is because if you think about, like, if you had to fund your own futures account with $10,000, right? And then you lose $1,000 or something like that in a day. Well, you just lost $1,000 of your money and of real money. But when you trade in a prop firm, it's a little bit different. I was looking bullish there for a second. Yeah, I thought the same. It should be dropping. That's what I thought. But one of the reasons why I say that is because if you look at, like, say a 50K account, right? And you look at the trailing max drawdown here of 2,000. The way my mindset works with this is that I'm actually getting access to a $2,000 account, not 50,000. 50,000 will be the equity that I'm going to access to, but the prop firm is going to automatically pull me out of that trade if I lose more than $2,000 in that account in a given day, or I should say in a given period. And once you're funded, it's kind of the same story. You still have a trailing max drawdown, and your goal essentially is to just keep building up above that, and that will allow you to to continue to pull withdrawals out of there, anything above and beyond those amounts. So it's absolutely, in my opinion, one of the best cash on cash rewards that you can find in trading. But there is a link in the description and a promo code JSBEST for the Elite Trader funding side if you guys want to take advantage of that deal that they have going on right now, which, like I said, is 50% off. That's going on till Friday. We'll save for reject here at the 200. This is very this is such a sketchy zone to me. We've just been whiplashing. But the sideways action, though, just makes it honestly kind of challenging to trade. Gratefully, we haven't lost very much today. This is actually ripping up. 50 just crossed the 200 on the 20-second chart. With this little cyan switch. It is right there at that resistance level of 45. But on the 1 minute side on TOS, it actually looks like we are also approaching a cyan switch. And 9's above the 12 on the 1 minute side, and we're very close to a 1226 crossover. So this actually does look like this can run up higher. We'll try the trade in TOS side, but I'm also going to jump over here to the eval. Look for a little pullback. Entered on TOS side at 44.50, and I'm just looking to get out at 46, which I think is a reasonable exit point, considering that that's been the top. We have this double top here on the 20-second chart. That really just jumped up there, didn't it? I think an entry on 44.50 would be a potential entry point. I'm going to tap that for a second. Women are getting a cyan candle that I can see on the TOS side. I just don't know if we have the volume necessary for this rip. I mean, volume is decent, I guess. It's at 2K. It's not like amazing, but it's also still functional. Wedge 12:10, dude. 12. Wait, which 12:10 Eastern time or 12:10 Pacific? I'm assuming you mean Eastern. Just going for 2 ticks on this. Yeah, I can see that. Pretty much the entire month, we've seen a lot of the runs start happening at around 9:10 Pacific, so that'd be 12:10 Eastern. I've actually seen quite a few runs, and if you've hung around on the stream, that's typically when we've gotten a lot more active in trading, and taking more active trades. Just gonna throw that up there on the screen. A little easier on the browser. 410.67. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I'm surprised that never filled. I mean, that ran past it. That hit that thing like 3 times. TOS is... I don't know what they did to their sim this year, but man, it just got like so slow. Because pre-2023, this thing was like constantly, like it would work exactly like a real trader. So it's kind of fascinating just that it struggles like that. So the real question then is that at 12:10, when we see that breaks, and I'll put in the same measurement. can almost extrapolate like that. Yeah, right around 9. This thing finally popped up. Look at this like resistance there at that 45, man. It's just too much. There's 46 again. I'm gonna take a look at the longer time frame. Let's take a look at the 3-minute chart. 3 minutes been on a cooldown for a while. So does this mean that at around 9:10 that we're gonna drop or pop? I mean, this is looking more bullish now than it was earlier. So sideways though, man. Like pretty much since we sat down, just went sideways. We still got good music and good people. I mean, that's kind of like the most important part, right? If you got good music and good people, I mean, you got it all. Getting a green dot there on the TTM. Ah. There. It was harder than it had to be. 0.9 to 1.2 to 1.4 on the TTM1. Still getting hit with resistance at 46. And volume is very light. I mean, I don't know. I guess like I keep saying that, and then I look through here and I'm like, it's not that light, but it's light enough to make it to where the range of everything seems very, very tight. By the way, if y'all are chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. It really does help the channel, like far more than you guys might think. But it really helps the channel get exposed to new people. Just very useful and very helpful to our optimistic futures that we got going on here. Help support people, support the community, and supports everybody else inside that community as well. I took a long at 45.25 to get out of 45.75. I'm not going to try to go for anything above 46 because it just seems kind of unreasonable to me. I've taken several trades here at this point, and almost none of them have worked out at this 45 level, this 45.25 level. And I still keep taking them because they still keep looking like a trade. What a very, very sideways day, man. Right. We got a positive trade. Yeah, we'll see if it actually does break out of this wedge. I mean, the TTM is stacking up for what looks to be an upward move on the way. But the lighter volume makes me feel less inclined with it. Plus, the 200 moving average getting with the VWAP is sort of a precursor a lot of the time of downward momentum. So I just wonder if when that wedge happens, are we going to actually just break to the downside? Or are we going to do the whole like rip up and then reject down? Or will we just rip up and keep on ripping? It is ascending, so it's like a long form ascending bear flag. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart, see what's going on there. 15 minutes just been on a tear on the TTM. 15 minute is actually approaching a, I don't know if you can notice this, but 15 minutes actually approaching a 5200 cross. If I go back a little bit, you can see here's a 5200 cross right here, this whole section. That whole section right there. That's what a 5200 cross looks like. And that's not even one of the better ones. I mean, that's a lot of opportunity on the upside there. But like this here, from 4127 and eventually ripping up to that 4177, this whole run was a 5200 cross on the 15-minute chart. So a lot of opportunity in that, especially if you were able to get in around the crossover, somewhere in this zone here, around 35, and then eventually just riding it up. So we'll see if that's the same type of situation that we got going on, because it looks pretty close to that crossover. I would say that's probably 45 minutes out. Which puts us right at about 9:10, 9:15 area. So you look at the 5-minute chart. Five-minute also looks like he doesn't want to give up any gains. Got kind of close to a 1226 crossover and just straight up rejected it. Sorry about the screen flipping there. So making new high up there, 48.
Order filled.
In long 5 contracts, the micro at 46.75. I'm looking for a pop up towards that high there at 47.50 area.
Order filled.
Took the profit there with a tiny little profit. Just a single tick. So still down 25.79 on the day in the valuation. You need to be able to get more of a move like this. Like a full at least 3 ticks. For like a 3 of 5. We can just do a little bit more contracts like 5 at 3. What a slow grind, man. Very grindy day. Pullback bounce off the 9 EMA. On the 20-second chart. What if it just gets stuck in this range and it can't get above 48 for like ever? I will say I am grateful that I managed my risk pretty well today. I think I just had that one bad trade. We had a break-even trade, and then we had that one bad trade. And the rest of it winners. Winners are small though. Double top on 48 on the 20-second chart. Let's take a look at this on the one on the TOS side. So you see how on TOS is kind of flat. Like, it's just sideways. I don't know what to make of this, man. It is like too rangy for me. I suppose it's like sit back, wait for moves like this. A new high at 48.25. Moves like this section here. Which this section from here to here kind of was. From 46 up to 48.25. So this is an 8-tick move. Kind of thinking out loud here. $48.50 a high. Making new highs right now. $48.75, now the new high. I felt inclined to get in right here at this doji. And I didn't because I saw this flash of blue here. So I was like, I don't know. And then kind of regret it. A little bit of FOMO. And I think I have FOMO just because I'm not taking that many trades. Just because of the ranginess of this. And the level of, the amount of times that it's rejected at the $45 level. So a lot of those things have kind of kept me sort of like, I don't know, on sort of hesitant is what I'm attempting to communicate when I say that. It's kept me hesitant on much of the trades of the day. I'd much rather have a whip in either direction. I think it's easier to trade momentum for me personally, and I'm sure a lot of other people feel that way. TTM is slowly grinding out. I feel like I should just be trading the 20-second chart only today for the most part. Because I feel like I can get more opportunities when it comes to these kind of pullbacks and then rips. The T10 does a pretty good job of predicting them, and then the moving average crossovers as well. I think that we can, for the most part, pretty accurately trade here on a day like today. We'll see if it ever does break out of that wedge, man. I think it's about to, but I mean, I think that we still have some time. It's like 30 minutes or so, which I think is the original time that you called was about 9:10, 12:10 in Eastern time. Might get a little opportunity for a short right here. Maybe like a pullback down to 45. Really interesting. The moving average works its way down to 43.71 on the 20-second chart. 2 seconds left on this candle, and then we'll have a new one, and we may get a crossover. You sent me that message about it breaking out right now, and I'm like, I guess you're right. I mean, it was a breakout. I'm like, man, I've been used to these like $10, $15 breakouts that we've been getting. So like to see a $3, I'm like, okay, that was a move, you know. And but it fits the day perfectly. So it rejects here off of this 47, but it kind of looks like it's gonna find support up here. What do y'all think? Do you think it finds support? Do you think we find support around here, like above 45, and then rip on up and test 50, or do you think that we reject and start to work our way back down towards the VWAP? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Opening up at 46.50 on this 22nd candle. 10 seconds left in both the 1 and the 20. Considering a long out 47. No confirmation on the moving averages though. This range is so tight, man. 46.50 on the low and 47.75 on the high inside this range. CTM's moving its way up to 0.28 or so on the 20-second chart. One minute side on the TTM on TOS has been steadily cooling off since 8:42. So we're here at 8:48. So for 6 minutes, we've been kind of steadily cooling off. We could just be consolidating and acquiring, but it does to me. I mean, eventually, I think that we're approaching a downward move, but. TTM is going from 1.37 to 1.08 to 0.7. There's the drop. Pulling down 245. From 46.50. It's only 6 ticks, so it's not anything super substantial, but given the way that the market's been moving, I would say that actually has a reasonable amount of weight. We're approaching 9 o'clock, about 10 minutes out. Man, I need to take my own trading advice. I'm gonna put a shoulder standing at 45. On TOS. 46 and 44. Into 1.58. We could never get a fill on that. Going down to 42. That's a pretty fast drop. We did just make 8 ticks on that drop on TOS side. Instead of short on 44. I don't know if we'll pull up to 44, but 44 is where the 200 moving average is on the 20-second chart. I'm actually going to drop this down to 43.75. There we go. We got the entry short on 43.75 in the sim. It is popping up some. TOS going from, or sorry, TTM going from 0.7 to 1.0. Currently a break even on that trade. The 50-200 approach is happening on the 22nd. Last time that we looked at that, though, it actually failed. And so I wonder if that'll be the case today. Are you guys bullish or bearish at this point? What do y'all think? Sorry to hear about whatever that was. Like whatever happened. If you got caught in that drop there, man, I'm sorry. I think we've all been there, man. That place hurts. Especially when it's your money. I've actually been doing pretty well on stocks recently. Like, I've just been trading stocks in the morning every now and then before the stream. I've had some pretty decent results. Those are all my live accounts, but like, so that's like stuff I'm actually trading in to grow accounts and retire. I actually really hate that word retire, but because I'm not trying to get retired. Personally, I just actually really like the concept of like I would rather work, I think, for the rest of my life just because I just enjoy it. We have this upside down cup and handle, so we may get a little pop right here and then a drop off that. So I may look for on the evaluation, I may look for potentially a short off of like 43 and a quarter. I don't know if I have the I don't know if I have the drive for that. We did make 300 on the sim on that short. That 50-200 cross is really close by. It's found support here at 41 a couple of times, and it's rejected on the 200 moving average 3 times on the 20-second chart. $43.50. This actually looks like it could cross over and come back up. Close to a TTM. Cyan switch. Pretty close to that. And 9 is below 12, but looking like we may get a crossover here. The 1226 on the 20-second chart is something a little bit more trustworthy in my opinion. But the cyan switch is pretty good. The 35 and the 200 are both pretty much in the same spot, as well as the 50. So I may expect a lot of resistance here at this zone. Nine's above 12. There's a cyan switch on the current candle. The 9 got above 12 on the current candle. So I still think it's gonna pop up though, but we might hit resistance at 45, which has happened several times. There's a fresh cyan there, and I'm gonna try and get in like right here. One second left in this candle. Join the bid long in the micro, 5 contracts at 45.50. I'm looking to get out of 46 and a quarter, which is the peak of the last candle on the 20-second chart. 9 is above the 12. We got a 12.26 crossover here. And the 9 is getting above the 35. That looks good for continued upward move. I want to see the 9 get back above the 50. We're approaching the top of the hour now. We're just about 2 minutes to the top.
Order filled.
We did get that trade. That puts us down 12.24 on the day. So not down very much. We're almost back to break even. Remember, the name of the game this month is risk management. That is my main focus of the month. So everything that I've been doing in trading in the evaluation has all been to actually protect my risk over just trying to make profit. We have a possible crossover inbound popping up to 47 here on the 1 minute chart. This is looking good. That's a nice rip. I like that rip. That is a nice rip. If anybody remembers Shrek. I'm sure everyone remembers Shrek, but I mean like the lines. Words. I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder. Just came up and almost tested the highs here. I popped the mini back up. Definitely don't want 5 contracts of it though. Today I'm more of like on one contract kind of thing. So micros at 5 and minis at 1. Popping up and testing the high area again, 48.50. There's a new high there at 49. Seems determined to go for that test of 50. The upper band is all the way up here at 41.52 and a half. It's the top of the hour right now, 9 o'clock. As far as TTM is concerned, we are getting an upward. I don't know if I can call it a push. It is a cyan switch toward the upward momentum, but it's very, very not momentous. Very just sitting still. Yeah, man, such a slow grind of the day. It's pretty crazy. 20-second chart cooling off a little bit. I actually would not mind seeing this pull back to like 46 and then taking a bounce right off that. I don't know if we're going to get that, but I think that's what I would like to see. Pull back to like 46 and maybe 40, maybe even 47. But there is some cooling on the TTM 20-second. It's not very much though. My eyes are still bothering me. So we're here at the top of the hour and a little bit of a move on up, but not much. Did you say word? Like, did I say word? Because I say word often. Say word. Double top there, triple top actually on 49 on the 20-second chart. I don't think a triple top, double top, and all that stuff has much credence on the seconds charts, like the 10, 20, and whatnot. This is like a V shape almost. It's almost an ABCD, but okay, we're finally getting a little bit of momentum. Go from 1.4 to 2.0 on that test of 50. A little bit of a rejection there. $41.50 new high of the day. No rejection in sight. Other than rejecting down like a tick or two. I really like, I don't know, a pullback to like 47 seems right to me. And then a subsequent bounce off of that. It's a little different because I'm far more used to trading in momentum as opposed to these very sideways days. TTM still in the cool, pulling down to 1.8 on the 20-second chart. Finally getting a pullback, pulling down to 48. Got a low volume on the current candle, but We did pull back, not as far as I wanted to see. I wanted to see more like 47 on the pull. Because really, like, pulling back to the 48 and then bouncing up to 49 just doesn't seem, it doesn't seem like a very safe move, if that makes sense. I want to see something that has more potential like this. Not necessarily potential for the size, but sometimes the size of the move reduces the amount of risk involved in taking the trade. So if we look at like this situation here, yeah, it ended up moving up, but I took this trade based off of these moving averages and off of the cyan switch here. So I had a pretty strong indication that this was going to move up to the upside. I didn't know it would go all the way up to 50, but I did have a pretty strong inclination that this was just going to go up a good 3 or 4 ticks, and potentially up to like 47, 46. And so that was really kind of my thought on that, and it worked out. And I think the same type of situation can have right up here, but essentially the concept being reducing the amount of risk that you're taking. You want there to be enough range in the move. You don't need to get all of it, but just getting some of it, I think, is more valuable than trying to go for really big swings all the time. Came up to 50 and a quarter, brand new high up there, and charging up. See, that's a very nice momentum move. I had a really hard time trading today, though, just in general, more or less grabbing these moves. And a lot of it's just been trading off the 9 EMA, I guess. As members of our Discord community, by the way, if you guys are not inside of our Discord community, you're definitely going to want to check that out as well, because basically every single day I post my reflection and my results in there, and a lot of other traders are starting to do that as well. And so I'm down with saying word. Oh. Yeah, honestly, like I can tell I'm tired. Like I spent yesterday doing like filing paperwork. Like just filing for like a lot of yesterday. Here's a Q. What's the NQ doing? The NQ has a little bit more momentum in it. The charts don't look almost identical. I was still trying to buy 3 contracts. I thought I put it on 1. Tries to trade the NQ, immediately loses. One trade, that's all it took. I quit. I'm going back to the ES. Taking my equity and going home. Rejecting pretty reasonably well off of 50. I'm going to look to grab another trade like the one that we took right here. So I'm basically going to wait for a subsequent pullback, which it's currently doing right now. Then I'm going to wait for this red on the TTM to switch to yellow, and then I'll likely take that push upward. The area of the trade that I prefer, though, is the 1226 crossover right here, as well as the cyan switch, because you can see the risk potential is much lower. So that's what I'd like to actually take a trade on. Nice little pop right there off the 50 EMA. Okay, this is looking exactly how we want this to look. Pulling back to the 50, and then I'll be looking for another bounce right there. Doji right there on the top part. TTM at 0.61.
Order filled.
In long on the mini at 49.25. I'm looking to get out at 41.50.
Order filled.
I took my profit there because there was a lot of orders stacked right above me. So now we're just down $2.74, basically back to break even. I cut that, and I'm glad I did. But I cut this because when I looked over here on the DOM, I saw a huge amount of orders. Like it was like close to 1,000 or something. I don't know, but it was a lot right here. Maybe it was like 200, but it was way more than what I had on the buy side. So I was like, yo, I think it's gonna drop, and it did. So I don't mind taking a little micro profit. There's that red yellow we talked about. So the next thing I really want to see is the 9 get above the 12, and then 1226 crossover. Rejected the first attempt at it. See if we get another shot. We could balance out the 50 and then get another shot at this. There's a yellow down there at 1.0. Let's take a look at this. We're still in bullish action on the 1 minute chart, at least to a degree. Action might be a little too action packed for the market today, but but we do still have the opportunity to continue to push upward, I think. $50 working its way up to 48.50 now. The 50 EMA has gone very high up there. 2 yellow candles in a row, going to 0.85 on the TTM. Let's zoom out on this slightly. The other one was at 1.0. Moving from 84 to 74 on the CTM. 0.74. I'm not going to take a long yet though, because the 9 and because the 9's below 12, and it's kind of almost working its way towards dropping below 35. And when that drops below 35, there's a higher potentiality of this dropping down and going even further. We may even pull back to like 45 if that continues to be the case. The 9 and 12 did drop below the 35. Now, if the 35 drops below the 50, then we're definitely likely to see more drops inbound. My brain's like, what would my brain say? It was like more drops inbound. Still trading like Spartan Ops. I don't know. Spartan Ops and corny lines and corny rhymes. Popping up to 41.49. We are getting another shot at 50. I did end up popping, following the TTM. Here's the second test of this. Looking like it wants to go.
Order rejected.
Get my chart how I want it. Tried to join the bid at 50 and I was just a little late. Again, all day. That one we were on time. We were sitting there, dropped down to it, but it didn't fill up. So I was trying to take the rip there that the 20-second chart predicted. We're making new highs on that one. Hey, Crypto Man, we'd love to have you here daily, man. We do really love and appreciate all our people. And especially, if you guys don't know, we do this daily from 7:30 Pacific. That's 10:30 market time. And then we usually go for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours or so. It just depends on the trading of the day. Pretty flat day for me overall. But yeah, you know, I mean, when the market's sideways, there's not too much you can do. But I think we did a pretty decent job, especially coming back from that first trade that we lost like 40 something bucks on. We worked our way back up and really didn't lose much on our trailing max. And we're only down $2.74 on this. Pretty flat day. I definitely think I could have done a little bit better. Had I been trading the ES, but I just wasn't feeling it given the risk profile of today. And I think that was actually probably one of the better calls that I made, because my whole entire focus this month is on risk management. I know myself that I needed to, like, I was assessing my numbers, which I unfortunately don't have access to anymore. But I was assessing my numbers before this evaluation reset, and I was like, man, okay, we got the accuracy there. Accuracy is like 70-30, but the vast majority of our trades are smaller trades, and then we might have 1 or 2 or 3 losses that are big that wipe out our account. And so I'm like, it's all about risk management. That was my assessment based off that, and that is since I've been doing that, I think I've been trading a little bit more prudently over the last week, and my hope is that I'll be able to take that prudence, apply it to the evaluation, and then be able to extrapolate that as part of my daily, regular, habitual trading. So that's kind of the hope with this whole process here. So I've had plenty of results over the years, and a lot of times I'll have some really great gains for weeks on end, and then I'll have a few bad trades that will eliminate and wipe out all those gains that I put together. So I aim to end that pattern of behavior, and I believe risk management is the discipline that is necessary for me personally to begin to end that behavior pattern. Pulling back to 4150. High is at 4152. We may get a bounce here. Bouncing off 50.50 up to 51.
Order filled.
In long of 51.25. The exit is currently at 52. I think I'm just gonna put this at one single tick.
Order filled.
Which it did hit. There we go. Okay, we are officially positive on the day, up $6.76. Whoopity doo. But green is good, and green is where I want to be, and I'm grateful to be green, and all the other amazing green things that one can say about earning green through trading green candles or red candles, whichever. All right, y'all. I think that I'm going to actually jump off here before the 9:30 volume push, if there is a volume push today. But again, I'm just grateful to be green. Guys, if you do want to check out Elite Trader Funding, they are offering a 50% off discount right now. That goes on till April 14th at 11:59 Eastern. So that is 9 o'clock over here on the West Coast. But they're offering a 50% discount. You can use the link in the description and promo code JSBEST. You can grab any of the evaluations I see here. With the exception of the fast tracks, these do not qualify for the discount. Of course, you can pick one up. You just won't be getting the discount off it. The most popular plan that people go with is the 10K, but I would argue that I think the 25K actually has a little bit more value in it because you get a $500 larger account on the trailing max drawdown side, 1,500 instead of 1,000, but your profit target only goes up $250. See, your profit target here on the 10K is 1,250, but your profit target on the 25K is only 1,500. So it's a difference of $250, but for that difference, you get $500 more in drawdown and access to be able to trade 3 mini contracts instead of 1 mini contract, which could really accelerate the speed at which you hit your profit targets. It's a lot harder to hit 1,250 using 1 contract than it is to hit 1,500 using 3 contracts. At least that's my opinion. There is a link in the description, guys, if you want to check this out. Me personally, I'm working on the 50K evaluation, which allows me 8 contracts in the mini, $2,000 drawdown, and a $3,000 profit target. I am also working on the 100K static evaluation. Today, however, I'm trading in my Apex account, my Apex funded trading account. It's not funded. Apex evaluation trading account, and I'm trading on their Tradeovate version of it, which is a little bit more expensive than the Ninja Trader version, but I'm trading at 50K full, which allows me 10 contracts of the micro, 10 of the mini and 100 micros. So y'all can check them out, and take advantage of that sale if you wanted to. And again, be sure you guys like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and join us up in our Discord community where I am about to actually post my results on the day. There is a new high of the day right there at 53.25, and looks like an opportunity missed as well. But green is good, and I'm going to take my green because it's been a very slow and very grindy day today. So I'm going to hold my profits, bring them into tomorrow. We'll be streaming tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. Tomorrow is Friday, and let me check the market news for tomorrow. See what's going on. So today we had core PPI, producer price index. Yesterday we had CPI, which kind of overshadowed the PPI of the day. Tomorrow, though, we've got retail sales, and you guys know that those are pretty big reports. We've also got retail sales for the auto industry, minus auto. The import price index, import prices minus fuel. Governor Waller is going to speak. Industrial production, capacity utilization, business inventories, and consumer sentiment. I think the consumer sentiment report, this one often moves markets. So I don't think I'm going to be in a trade at 7 a.m. I want to see what happens when these drop. I don't want to be in a trade when any of these drop, but certainly not when consumer sentiment drops or when retail sales drops. Both those two typically have a lot of market moving potential. But that does let me know that hopefully tomorrow, it being Friday, and with some of these reports dropping, that we should have some volatility back in the market, which we're very much lacking today. So, all right, y'all. With all that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here and jump into our Discord community, write up my results and reflection on the day, and we'll see y'all there. Peace out. There's a link in the description for that, y'all. Peace out. Have a good day.